Hey, Hustle TV's in the house, man. We have Richard Blowers in the house. We have an extraordinary realtor in San Diego, California. This guy goes all over the place selling great properties. If you want to reach out to him, he'll give you all the information you need. Richard, how you doing, sir?
I am amazing. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's talk into how'd you get into being a real estate agent?
Um, to be honest, I knew I wanted to get into sales.
Yeah,
I wanted to be able to control my own income, be my own boss,
man.
and I wanted to help people.
Yeah.
So I actually met a real estate agent, a successful real estate agent, and that kind of opened that door of the opportunity for me to take the path of everything I wanted to do and apply it and start something. So yeah, I started a little over. I'm going into my fourth year.
Really?
So fourth year as a real estate agent with Remax in San Diego.
Okay. Now talk us through the process of you meeting a first time person who wants to buy a home, husband, wife, partner. How would you walk them through the process of trying to own a home in San Diego?
Absolutely. So depends. San Diego's a big military town. So if you're military, you qualify for the VA loan, which they do a lot of zero down financing. It's really helpful. I think a lot of veterans don't actually know as much about the VA loan as they should. But the number one step is to get pre-approved, right? So I work with quite a few very good lenders that are really good at what they do and can, with the right documents, can get that couple pre-approved, and they'll let them know how much they're pre-approved for, how much they qualify for, how much they have to, they'll take in how much they have the consideration, how much they have to put down. And yeah, that's always the first step, getting pre-approved, and especially in this market, it's a must to be ready and have all your stuff together.
That's what's up. Walk me through the process of when you talk to them after they're pre-approved, and what do you do after they're pre-approved? When they come to you and say, "Hey, Richard, where do we go now? How do we get around to see different houses? We've been online, we're stressed out, the pictures look cool online, and now that we want to go out and see something, they don't look the same." So how do you tell a couple, deep breath, let's get together?
Absolutely. No, it happens a lot, especially in this market with homes not staying on the market that long. We're seeing a lot of people getting really frustrated and discouraged. And so, what I would do is I would have a talk, right? My number one goal is to make my clients as comfortable as possible. So we're going to have a talk, and I'm going to figure out how I can best help them, right? So I'm going to ask all the questions. I want to see, what location they want, the size of their home. They got little ones, they got kids, they need 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. So after all that is taken into consideration, and we have a pretty good outline of, if they want a decent sized yard, pool, or, whatever it may be. Once I have all the details, then I can get into the MLS, which is, it's a much better source than trying to search on your own.
Right.
Everything, all of them sites that people are on, realtor.com, Zillow, it's all syndicated from the MLS.
Oh, really?
So me having access to the MLS, I can, set clients up on a search system, and they can actually be notified immediately as soon as a property that fits their, search criteria hits the market. And then from there, it's just, if they see a home that they like, they just let me know, and then depending on both of our schedules, I'll coordinate a time that works best for everybody, and with the agent, the listing agent, to get us in there, see the home, and that's when it really starts.
Now, is it difficult for you to get a schedule together with the client to move around with them? Because I know some clients feel like if they're going to pay the agent a big sum of money at the end of it, that he's going to come pick them up or drive them around. Do you meet clients places, say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to map this out. I got this property at this property across town. So do you map it out with them, or do you have like a free for all, or something?
Yeah. So great point. And to add to that, the great thing about the Southern California market, as compared to some other places in the country, here in like San Diego, and even in like up in Orange County, LA County,
Yeah.
the seller actually pays the commission. So buyers are getting the service of my service is virtually free. The sellers pays that, but when they turn around and sell that home, they you know their agent will negotiate to
Oh, okay.
pay the both selling and buy side of the commission. So, but yeah, a lot of the time, especially right now with COVID and everything like that, most of the times the clients will just meet me at the houses. So and then I'll bring info sheets. A nice little presentation of the home, so they have all the information right there as they're walking around the home, that they can look at, see, and then yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you. This is something
Mhm.
totally off the record scale. Give me like a few do's and don'ts for a client. Like when you meet a client and you explain to them a specific thing that you want them to do, what are the do's first? The few do's that that you would tell a client. What are the do's?
Yeah. So again, the first one, most important one is going to be getting that pre-approval letter. Um, a lot of times I will be out with clients, and I do everything based off relationships, right? So, I'm the type of agent that I will go show my clients. There's some agents that won't show people a home without a pre-approval letter. I will, because that's what I do. I'm here to help them. I'm here to establish that relationship. But what ends up happening is they see the home that they really like,
Hmm.
and then they're like, okay, I want this. Then they go and try to get the pre-approval. That takes 2 days, and by the time they get the pre-approval,
Okay.
the home's already in escrow.
Woof.
So they lose out of it. So I mean, just it's so important to get that pre-approval letter. And yeah, and then I would say another big do or another big don't would be to not make any big purchases when you're in the home buying process.
Right.
Don't buy a new car. Don't get a new credit card.
Yeah.
The underwriters will find that out, and it can mess up some
And
things.
don't tell no stories either to your underwriter. Just be honest with them on point at all times.
Absolutely.
Is the
Absolutely.
market in San Diego, is it fight for property? Is it like, because out here right now, the market is like, it's up and down, up and down. I remember you told me earlier that the market's like really, you put your house for sale, it's like 10 people want it that quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's a seller's market for sure right now. Probably one of the biggest seller's market we've ever seen. I mean,
Mm.
we have, after COVID and everything, I mean, we're still going through COVID, but we have an extreme lack of inventory right now. So what
Yeah.
that means is that there's, not a lot of people selling their homes. I think a lot of people are still kind of hanging out, waiting to see what's going to happen.
Right.
Um, we still have a lot of people in a really good buying position, and with interest rates historically low and as low as they are,
Mm.
people are qualifying for more. So, when one home does come on the market, we're seeing lots of attention on it. Anywhere from 20, 30 offers. Homes are going 100K over asking price.
Hmm.
It's just super competitive right now.
Okay.
So
You got the first half of the interview down. I'm blown away. Now, when it comes to selling your home in that market that you're talking about, when you meet a client and they want to say, okay, look, we have our house here, we're thinking about selling it. Should we do some upgrades first, or should we just sell it as is? Now, if you have a mediocre house that looks pretty cool, what do you tell the client that wants to upgrade so they think they want to sell it for a higher price?
yeah, there's always, so it's case by case, right? In this market, I would recommend that they they wouldn't really have to do much.
Okay.
There's certain things that you can do that'll have a better ROI, like your like return on investment than others. You know, a new paint job can, you know, really change a place, right? Yeah, adding some new just hardware like door handles or kitchen cabinet knobs can really change the look of a kitchen. So there's a lot of little upgrades that you can do if you wanted, but you know, in this market right now, I wouldn't really recommend it. I think you can still get top dollar, you know, as is. You're having a lot of people come in, and like I said, it's just really competitive. And most of the homes that we're seeing right now, even condos, are all going over asking price.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So,
Wow. That's
yeah.
now when it comes to closing the deal for selling a home, you know, a buyer might come in and say, no, let me say it right. When you get ready, when you have the home inspection, okay, and you have the buyer comes in with the home inspector and they're going through it and they're looking around and maybe the roof needs to be changed, and what about the garbage disposal? And you know, people are real knickknackish when it comes to home. They really it's serious.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
How do you talk to a client that you're selling a home and the buyer wants to change things around or add it to the end cost or take a deduction from the cost? What would you tell your client?
Yeah, so you know that's a really good question. And in this market, I'm basing all these questions based off this market.
Yeah.
So you know, in this market, chances are that, and you know, this would probably be something that the buyer's agent would probably inform them of as well, right? Definitely get a home inspection. It is probably one of the best things you can do in the escrow process is to get a home inspection. They're really thorough. So you know, chances are in this market, if that happened, you know, we're gonna have lots of other backup offers. So, you know, as the listing agent, we have a lot of leverage over that buyer. So, you know, it's like, hey, if
you want to complain about the dryer?
you can ask that, we can go to this guy who's wants to pay all cash and, you know, fast close and you know, won't want any of that. So
Yeah.
the list side definitely has a lot of leverage in this market. You know, now there is some things too, like if I was representing the buyer, which I just closed a few where I just closed two actually, where I have got money back towards the close of escrow for my clients. And it's just better stuff. But, you know, the most important thing for me to do in my job is to build rapport with the other agent that I'm working with, right? You know, be on his good side and have a good relationship with him as well.
Right.
It's never good if, you know, everybody's not in sync and, you know, not happy with each other and everything like that. So from the moment I start to like set the showing up, I'm like trying to make this agent happy and like me, and you know, and that's what's really important. And when you do that, you can really start to leverage and negotiate better for your clients. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like how you answered the questions and you made it seem as if it's real, and it really is. I mean, you did it from A, B to C, and every question that I asked you made it people understand that it's the process. One, you have to be financially stable. Two, you have to listen to your lender. Three, and you have to do your homework. And if you go through the process of buying a home, don't buy nothing like a car or use your credit cards too much. Stay intact with your realtor and your lender at all times. Because if you don't, they're gonna tell you,
yeah,
that's stressful by itself. Already by itself, it's just stressful. The biggest thing, what would you tell your client in closing what not to do in closing? We know what to do in closing, but what do you do not do when you get ready to close for your home?
Yeah, the big purchases are probably going to be the ones that stand out the most. It's happened where people just feeling good, a couple days away from closing escrow, and they'll go, get a new car loan,
Ooh.
and then that messes up your debt to income ratio, and the lender can't fund on the loan. So that's probably the biggest don't, would just be watch your purchases, and yeah, I don't think
that's it. Yeah, I mean that will hurt your feelings real bad.
Yeah.
The lender calls you and say, "Hey man, I tried everything I could. They just bought this brand new whatever." Now you have to call. Now you have to call and tell the client, since you bought your brand new Porsche or your F-150, we can't. I explained to you before this process not to buy anything. So, thank you for this great interview.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're on point, man. You're really on point. Now what I'm gonna do is, if you could give out your information so people can follow you. I'm gonna have it on my website too as well. But so people give out your number, your email, and your location.
Absolutely, yeah. My name is Richard Blowers. I'm with Remax Connections here in San Diego. I got 2 offices in San Diego, one in Carlsbad, Rancho Bernardo. I work all over the county though. My cell number is 858-262-0139. Again, that's 858-262-0139. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, RE_Richard B on Instagram, and Richard Blowers on Facebook.
My man, it was an honor for the interview.
Yeah.
You hang up, man. Hustle Man signing off. Follow my man Richard. He gonna take care of you guys. No matter where you're at, he's a realtor off the state, so don't worry about nothing. Hit him up. He'll take care of you. Thank you, sir. Hustle Man. Hustle.